Hey everybody, it's Sean from SportBike Chic, and I just wanted to do a quick recap of my weekend. So as you know, I went up to the Blue Ridge Parkway and I left on Sunday morning. I didn't have a whole bunch of time, so I decided to just take a little day trip up there. All in all, it ended up being about 10 hours, 11 hours of riding. I started at maybe 9:30 this in the morning, and then I got back maybe around 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. But it was a good trip, and I'm glad I took it. I rode from the Raleigh area to Roanoke, Virginia. Got lost a couple times, taking the back roads right around Pennsylvania area. And then I finally got onto Blue Ridge Parkway. Absolutely gorgeous views. Show you a few pictures of those. And then I headed on over to 77 Sparta area, and then came on back home through 74, and then just for 40. Now, the interesting part about this whole trip is that one, my battery died before I started, so I had to actually do an emergency jump from my car, whether I'm supposed to or not. So I did that, got the bike up and running, and then got on the road a little later than expected. But at the same time, one of the reasons why I'm glad I started this line is because I can definitely relate to the needs of women, obviously, right? As a woman rider, two things that actually help me out like all the time, and that I'm absolutely glad that we design all the time, is a tank purse, because I need to keep essentials there. On a sport bike, I don't have a lot of room, so having that extra space is absolutely essential. And the jeans are absolutely my favorite item right now, aside from my tank purse. And I will say that because they're thick, they're comfortable, and they're good to ride in. They have that little extra lip in the back, so when I ride and I'm bent over, you don't see all my, well, you know, all my extras. And it has a little extra padding and everything if you want to wear them in the knees and the hips area. I don't always wear them, but at the same time, or always wear the padding, but I always wear the jeans when I ride now. And I like them. Some people ask if it's too hot, and I will say that no. When I'm riding, and I think it got up to maybe 90 degrees, 92-ish when I was riding on Sunday, and you have two layers, right? So you have the layer for Kevlar, and then you also have your, obviously, your cotton layer for the shell of the jeans. Even with those two layers, your skin actually feels pretty cool. It wasn't a time when they were actually sweating because it's, oh my gosh, you're so hot or I'm burning up. No, it was actually comfortable the entire time. Now, my upper body, obviously, I was sweating on there, sweating up top. But at the same time, my bottom is actually pretty consistent around in the entire time. So that may depend on the person, on the rider, but I actually didn't have any issues with the jeans at all. Those are my favorites. I will say that when I do long rides like this, I think about comfort. I think about, you know, what is it that I really need? And one, definitely the heat. A young lady actually emailed me and said, hey, I want some lightweight stuff that's good to ride in the summer. And I'm like, okay, we can do that. But I'm gonna tell you now, I hit home this past weekend. And not to say that it hadn't before. I've typically just worn the mesh jacket and been done with it. But I can certainly appreciate something a little bit lighter, a little bit more airflow. So I'm looking into that. I'm also looking into a few other things that I really found helpful, or I think would be helpful when I'm riding. So we're going to be looking at some new items coming up in the spring. Again, something to help out with the women riders. One thing I will say is I typically wear my vest, and that's because, well, you know, you typically want to rep whatever you're part of, right? If I didn't have the vest on, it probably would have been a lot cooler, right? You can have a lot more airflow through the rest of your body. So having something that's custom, something that has your logo or has your brand or has your organization on the back without having to wear the vest and still armored and still protective is always really good too. So I definitely appreciate the custom aspect of it, and especially for the fall when you get ready to come up with the with hoodie weather. So you have the armored hoodies, and you have the option of putting your logo on the back. And what you don't want to do with the SportBike Chic hoodies is really to have those hoodies, purchase them and then put your logo on there, because then you have the liner of Kevlar. You don't want to damage that Kevlar at all. It kind of defeats the purpose of having an armored hoodie, right? You still have the armor padding in there, but one of the best features about our armored hoodies is that they have that extra lining of Kevlar in there for abrasion protection. So you want to keep that intact. However, you can actually order that directly from us. I put your logo on the back, or we'll put your logo on the back, and then you'll have something that's completely custom, completely safe, if you will, coming directly from the manufacturer with your logo on there. So that's actually kind of cool. But I just wanted to kind of do a recap. Overall was good. I did do a little tip of my bike, so I think I just lost my footing and I fell over. But at the same time, it's like minor damage to the bike. It's not a big deal at all. But you just kind of, that's what happens, right? Even the most experienced riders, the next thing you know, some of the silliest things happen sometimes. Either way you put it, I'm here. It was a great ride. Lots of curves, lots of fun. I would definitely recommend the Blue Ridge Parkway. Absolutely gorgeous views. And let me see. I think that's all I have. I already talked about the, I already told you who the winner was, and she's out of Trenton, New Jersey. So again, congratulations. And I'm actually going to keep that survey going. So what this survey is, it was really designed to give us an idea, for a short period of time, about what our women riders want. Now, since that doesn't exactly change too much, I'm not going to say it doesn't change too much, but since that feedback is always constant, I definitely want to make sure that we kind of keep that going. So that's actually going to be an ongoing survey that's going to be posted on our website. So what you'll do, you can go to the website and you'll look for that 10% off survey, and you can just take that. The survey is typically about 28 questions. As things evolve, you can go ahead and that may change to more or less. But for the most part, for right now, it's 28 questions. Answer the questions, you get 10% off. Give us the feedback. We really want to make sure that we design products by women for women. And you know, obviously a lot of guys are part of clubs. They want custom stuff in terms of hoodies. We can accommodate that too. We already had the sizes and the size ranges for men as well. We've been working on that in the background, because of course we have a couple guys that I know that always ask that question. Hey, what do you got for men? Fine, we'll do something for you. Not a whole bunch, but we will do something for sure. But stay tuned. Keep an eye out for new products. We do hope to have a couple of things coming out sooner rather than later. So we'll see how this plays out. But make sure you follow us. Make sure you like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of it. And keep us in mind. SportBike Chic. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.